Hello everybody, I wanted to show you guys how I create some cement pots for my plants. As you can see, I've got quite a few plants that need pots, and buying them all the time is not financially viable, and this is a really inexpensive way of creating a pot. So I'm going to first show you what you need. These are not essential items, but they do make it a lot easier. This, for instance, a painter's knife, is a very handy thing to have when you are making cement pots. You can use templates like this, which I cut out of PVC. I do find I've had a bit of success with these templates. It's just a matter of smoothing it out, and I find this to be much more useful. And then this is a different template for a angled shape, and this is a round shape for your pots. I'll show you how these work now. What you then need to do is, this is also not essential. This is a Lazy Susan. Essentially it allows you to turn the pots. I've used a Lazy Susan as the bearing in between these two boards, and I just put a piece of plastic on top which allows me to turn the pots. The other thing which is quite important are the templates for the bottom of the pots. This is a round template, this is a square template. It allows you to make a round or a square pot. This I would say is quite important, just to get a good angle on the top of your pot, as well as where you need to see where the sand ends and the cement starts. So let's go for it.
Hello guys, trying some voiceover for the first time. How exciting in a video. I did forget to tell you guys you're going to need a container to mix your cement and sand. I'll give you the ratios of that cement and sand mixture on screen as well. I'm using plaster sand for this specific pot. It just smooths out a little bit better, retains its shape a bit better as well. So this is the template I was talking about, guys. You can use it to just establish the base of your pot. Try and smooth out the sand nicely. As you can see, it does stick sometimes, so you just have to be a little bit patient and fill it in where it does stick. You'll see now I will start pressing the sand down and then also just chopping into the sand with the template. Adding a bit more sand to bulk up the pot. This is where the painter's knife comes into handy, guys, when you are trying to mold the inside of your pot, which is what this plaster sand is essentially when you pour the cement over. You can use the templates. I've just found it to be a little bit time consuming, so I just go ahead with the painter's knife. It's not perfect, but there is beauty in the perfection. Right, guys, the time has come to mix some sand and cement. For your first coat or layer on the pot, you want it to be reasonably uh, runny, and we're looking at one handful of cement and two handfuls of sand. It doesn't have to be perfectly precise. The most important factor is that the mixture is quite runny so that it flows over your pot and it's easy for you to apply. So this is almost right, the right consistency. Needs a little bit more water. That's perfect. Very important to fill up the base or the lip of the pot so that there aren't any air bubbles or cracks. I'm sure it looks like dog's breakfast now, guys, but it's gonna get better, you'll see. Just gonna Start adding some reinforcement to the pot with the plastering tape that I mentioned earlier. Very important step in the process to add some reinforcement so the pot has a long life. Okay guys, this is your final mix that you'll be making. 3 parts sand, 1 part cement, and it would not have the same consistency as the first one. It'll be a little bit more thicker, um, and that's what we will demonstrate now. Okay guys, at this point we are starting the smoothing out process, trying to establish the final shape of the pot. It's very easy to mold the cement with the painter's knife, so would recommend it. And yeah, let's see what the final product is going to look like. Trying to establish a nice flat base for the pot. Alright, guys, we are now on the next day, so it's been about 24 hours, and the pot has dried somewhat, enough for us to remove it from the base and get this ready for potting a plant up. Alright, guys, this is my favorite part, removing the sand from inside the bowl. Very satisfying. It is looking good from what you can see with my hand gestures. Don't know what that was. At this point, guys, I'm just smoothing out the edge of the pot with a painter's knife. We are done, guys. Basically some wet sand still left in there, but look how this turned out. Pretty good. Not too bad with just a little spatula. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. See you on the next one.